Hello YouTube, Pentastar Games here, and today I'm just coming at you with a video that will be showcasing how to play my Star Wars trading card game. So basically the game is called Galaxy at War. I guess I'll just jump right into it. So basically what happens when you start the game is you start off with your cards, and what you do is you will mix your cards up, or you'll shuffle them, but you'll shuffle them according to what kind of card they are. So like these cards are heroes, so you'll shuffle all your hero cards into one pile. And then you have like your space cards, and you'll shuffle all those into another pile. And then you have all like your tanks and stuff, and those will get shuffled into another pile. And then all your like soldiers can get shuffled into a pile. And all your abilities get shuffled into another pile. Now this seems like a lot of different piles, but the only reason that I have the tanks and the soldiers separated is because I have a lot of these cards, and if I were to put them all in one stack, it would be like massive. So I like to separate them, and so yeah. So basically you have all your cards separated, and you start off the game and you choose your cards, but for right now I'm just gonna pick all of them up because it makes for a more interesting thing, and I'm just explaining the game. So, but when you start off, you only pick up a certain number of cards. So anyways, you pick up your cards, you look at them, blah 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 blah, fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff, and then you decide who will go first. And to determine that, you roll a dice, and whoever gets the highest number will go first. And basically what happens at this point is you have these planet cards. Some of them will just be like a planet like this, and some of them will have like a space over the planet. So the person that won the dice roll will choose one of your planets to attack. So you'll just put your thing there, and that will be where you are fighting. Now these planets have like bonuses and stuff. So basically, when you capture this planet, you gain 2 force points when captured. I'll explain those force points a little bit later. But right now, the only thing that this planet gives you is that it's a CIS controlled world, so all droid space units will have +2 lives. Yes, I realize that is misspelled. I have a new design for these cards, so I'm going to be remaking these anyway, and I will do my best to make sure that they're all spelled right. I don't really need all those dice, I just pulled them all out for whatever. Anyways, so you pick your opponent's planet to attack, and then you put out your cards. You can put out however many you want, but once you get to a point, you can basically just fill up the entire game mat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we have our game mat set up, and we're ready to battle. Now, whoever is attacking the planet, so that would be my opponent who is attacking me, they would get to roll the dice first. So they roll like 3 dice. And we start in the outer space first. So that would mean that all your spaceships would be attacking first. So it's kind of like a real-time strategy game. So it's kind of based around that kind of idea. So basically, I roll the dice, and all even numbers are 1 hit. So I could choose, or my opponent could choose any one of my spaceships to attack. If you'll notice, none of these cards have any set number for their attack. So basically, it's just all determined by the dice and such. Basically, these bars here on this card, on the cards, are the card's health. Now on the new version of these cards, which would be these, you can see that I have replaced those bars with numbers. So it's basically the same concept, only you're using numbers instead of bars, so it's a little easier to understand. So basically I have 2 hits here on these dice. So I'm just going to choose this this starship to attack. So I've got like 2 hits on that, and I'll just use these dice to measure that. But now if we look back over here at the planet for the space over Cato Nemoidia, we will see that it's a CIS controlled world, so all the droid space units will have an additional 2 lives. So this Techno Union frigate, which is a CIS starship, has 2 more lives, so it's got like 6 lives. So you have to hit that starship at least 6 times before it is destroyed. Now, some of the cards will have special abilities, like this Nebulon B frigate. You can boost the shield power of the card, and it will get an additional 2 lives for that card only. And to activate card special abilities, you have to roll 2 dice, I think it was, and get at least 1 even number. And if you get 1 even number, then boom, the card ability is activated. So I could activate this ability, or I could activate the ability of this card, which would give me boosting its firepower, which would give me a hit bonus. So a hit bonus is basically 1 hit would equal 2 hits. So instead of me putting 1 damage on a card, I would put 2 damage. So basically, you go back and forth in space like once or twice per player. I think it's twice. And then once you've done that, then you move down into the land arena, and then you start all over again. And you roll the dice, and so now I've got 3 hits, and I can attack any one of these land cards that I want. I'll attack this shock trooper. So now there are also cards in land that also have special abilities, like this Time Mauler. It has the self-destruct ability, and if it self-destructs when you activate it, you can destroy 2 of your opponent's tanks and 2 of their soldiers. So basically you could destroy 2 of these and 2 of those on your opponent's side. And you would also have to discard your card. Some of the cards have automatic abilities where you don't have to activate them, like this AT-AT pilot. So he boosts the... oh my gosh. He boosts the health of all AT-ATs by 2. So we have an AT-AT over here, so that means instead of having 4 lives, he now has 6 lives because of this pilot that's in play. So once again, you go back and forth twice, and then you move down into the hero area. And it's basically the same concept as all the other arenas. You go back and forth twice, and blah 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 blah. And even some of these heroes have special abilities, like Tiber Zahn. He actually has 2 abilities. He has the bribery ability and cloaking. So basically, if you activate one of these, you can either... sorry, the video ended. So if you activate the bribery, you can give yourself opponent must give you 1 unit of your choosing from land or non-force using hero. Oh yeah, so basically your opponent has to give you one of their one of their cards from land or one of their non-force using heroes. So that is that card. Another one is this Rebel Pilot. So while he's in play, he boosts the health of all Rebel starfighters. And unfortunately I didn't grab any, but let's just, for the sake of argument, say this is a Rebel starfighter. So instead of having 4 lives, he would also have 6 lives, as long as this card is in play. Additionally, this Stormtrooper Commander, he boosts the lives of Stormtroopers, and if you have Stormtroopers in play, you'll gain a hit bonus. And since I do, I gain a hit bonus. Now, there's also specific rules for these hit bonuses. So, like for this card, it gives you a hit bonus. But that is only effective when you're attacking in space. You can't go down here and use it. But since you have your Stormtrooper Commander and you have your Stormtroopers, that will give you a hit bonus in the land area. It's a little complicated, but it's really fun. So now that we've gotten into the basics, I'll go into some of the abilities and such. So basically, there's a bunch of ability cards that you have, and they can basically level the playing field. One of those would be, oh geez, did I even put one of those in here? I don't think I put any of those game-changing abilities in here, but they're pretty good abilities anyway. So with this ability, Diplomatic Solution must be played with a Senator. The Senator has come up with a peaceful solution. The battle for this planet is ended. Remove all units and put them back into your hand. So basically that just ends the game. But you have to have a Senator. So Bail Organa, he is a Senator. So I could use my ability and say, okay, the battle's over and I will get my planet back. Another ability is this Concentrating Firepower. The ability can only be played with a Venator. The Venator is concentrating all its firepower in a single unit. Add +1 hit for every Venator. So basically, if you have any Venators in play, which I do, if I played that ability, I would get to add an additional damage to any card. Let's see if I have a different one here. Here's another one, taking a bribe. Basically, it must be played with an officer. You have been caught taking a bribe, you lose 3 roll turns. So basically, an officer would be like the Stormtrooper Commander. Anybody with the designation of an officer, like Lieutenant or Captain or, you know, whatever. So yeah, there's some really interesting abilities. I have a whole bunch more. And some of them are like really OP and like game changing. So let's see if I can find a couple that are like super OP, because these are kind of ridiculous and fun. Oh, this one is a fun one. Riots. Riots have engulfed this planet. Discard all land units. So basically, if you play that card, you are just totally screwed. Oh, then there's this fun one, the Ability Reverse card. Basically, if you play this card, any ability that your opponent tries to use on you is deflected back and it applies to them instead of you. Oh my gosh, this one really sucks too. A large bribe. So it must be played with an officer. Your officer has taken a bribe and joined the other side. All units go with him, except heroes. Choose land or space to bribe. So basically, you could just take all of your opponent's land or space cards. I mean, these are some pretty ridiculous abilities that I have, but they're pretty fun. So basically, once you've gone through the game a little bit, you know, and you've gotten some of your cards destroyed and such, and they're all discarded and stuff, you determine the winner of the battle by whoever has the most cards still in play. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like 20 some cards that are still in play. So for the sake of argument, let's say my opponent has 21 and I only have 20 cards. So my opponent would win, and subsequently he would get my planet. Which kind of sucks because I like this planet. So as it says on the card, the planet is very rich, and whoever wins the planet will gain 2 force points. So my opponent would get this planet, and basically the point of the game is to control as many planets as you can. So that's the point. And these force points, what you do with them is you will buy new heroes or new ability cards. So at the end of each game, or the end of each battle, you have your piles of cards, your new deck. And basically all the land cards and the space cards are free, so you'll automatically get like 3 of those at the end of each battle. But if you want to get new heroes or abilities, you have to use your force points to buy a new hero or a new ability for your deck. So, I mean, that's basically how you play the game. As I said before, I have a new design for the cards, and they are a lot better than this design. They're a lot more consistent with each other. The abilities will be well, there will be some interesting abilities with this version. Also, some of these other abilities will be a little more specific than what they were for this game. So like for this, while in play, the field commander gives all Imperial cards a health bonus. Give all Imperial land cards an additional 2 lives. Bonus is only effective while this card is in play. Bonus does not apply to Imperial heroes. So they're a little bit more specific than oh crap, do I even have that card? Oh, whatever. They're a little more specific than what these are, you know, like just gives all stormtroopers plus 2 lives, and then, you know. So they're a little more in-depth. They go into a little more detail, give you I mean, I don't know what else I can say. Also, some of these cards I've updated them and given them some special abilities, like the AT-AT here. The AT-AT over here didn't have any kind of ability, but I thought, you know what? It would be kind of cool if you could drop some new additional troops from the AT-AT. So it has a special ability now, so once activated, you may place any Imperial troop variant, they must be a soldier, into any open card slots on land. You may only place a max of 5 cards. So basically, if you activate this ability, any of these open slots here, you could fill them with stormtroopers, or you know, whatever kind of stormtrooper variant. So yeah, these cards are 1,000 times better than what these are represented here, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, that's basically all I have on this game. Basically the same way that you play this game is going to be the same way that you play with these new cards that I have. So this is just to give you an idea of what the game's going to be about and how you play it and such. So right now these are the only cards that I have actually created. So I'm going to be working on these a lot more and making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards. I mean, as you can see here, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards there. So yeah, there's going to be a lot. So yeah, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to.